welcome to Morning Talk Show. My name is An and our guest today is Phương Linh.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's morning. My name is Phương Linh and I'm a student in Ngomai Secondary School. I have studied English for many years and today I come here to share some of my experience to you guys.
Okay, so how long have you been learning English?
I have learned English for 5 years. Started when I was in grade 3 and my first English class was in my school.
Do you remember the first English you learned?
Maybe you want to ask about the word, right? Yeah, the first English word I learned, maybe surprisingly, not hello, or not thank you, not sorry, no. The first English word I learned was alcohol. This might sound surprising, but I first met this word on a wine of my father. That time we were at a restaurant. My dad bought a kind of expensive bottle of wine. I saw the word alcohol on the wine and I thought it must be very special to be printed on such an expensive items. Then I go home and search for the meaning of alcohol and just find out that it's a very interesting word.
What is the matter taking in English?
During 5 years of learning English, I have taken many exams both at school and many other places. But there are 3 main tests that I am very impressive. That the first one is the flyer test. The flyer test is a certification of the Cambridge Council. And the second one is the CAT English test. It's the key English test for students. And it's a very, I take pride of it every time anyone asks me about learning English. And the last one, I won the first prize in the spelling bee test when I was in grade 5.
What else do you want to try in the future?
I think that in the future I will try to study and take an IELTS test to have a certification, as well as to prepare for my studying abroad. And I want to try other language, but I will focus on IELTS and TOEFL contents.
Which English speaking country do you like to visit?
At first, I used to think that I will go to America because there are many big universities there. But then I think that I want to discover the origin of English. So I think that I will visit England. I like the culture, the people, and as well as the British accent.
I hope you can visit England soon. How can you improve your English outside class?
There are many ways to improve English outside class, but myself, I use 2 very simple methods. The first one is looking at the mirror and talk alone. I know that many people advise us to talk with other people to improve our speaking, but I think that is not very useful because when talking to other people, we feel shy and afraid of making mistakes. However, when you talk alone, you don't need to be afraid of anything. You just really talk, really listen, and correct the mistake by yourself. And I think it's a very effective method. The second is that just whenever you have time, just read again and again, make sentences again and again about the words you have learned. By making sentences that are related together, you will easily remember the words you studied.
At university, other students may find them helpful. What do you like and don't like about English?
What I like like about English is that it has many accents. I first learned American English, and I think that is kind of easy to pronounce. But then I find that British accent is so very wonderful because it's an appealing accent, and I really want to practice my voice to be British. Besides, there are other accents like Indian English, Australian English, or Iceland English. All of them are very difficult to imitate, but I think I will try to experience them more in the future. And there's one thing that I don't like about English is academic English. There are numerous extremely difficult exercises, especially phrasal verbs, which I always left out when I do exercise.
What do you want to tell our listeners about learning English?
I want to send all of you a message that learning English is a long process and everything needs time. If we make efforts and spend our time in learning, one day we will achieve what we want.
That's wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. Today we had such an interactive talk show. Thank you for your sharing and thank you for listening.
Okay, very good.